Oh, spooky music, Kenny. It's that music that make people think that they too could write a taste song.
Welcome to the podcast that a lot of people are listening to. Most people listen to it in the car or in bed at night. Either way, or make you fall asleep. That's what
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry for standing
Now,
there.
we're up to episode 10.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's 9 out of the way, and we still are here. So either our secrecy pact is working,
Yes.
or people are becoming more tolerant in their old age.
No, you've seen some of the reviews we got. We got some
Yeah.
very nice reviews. We got one from overseas.
From little...
Steve Rushbrook, little Steve Rushbrook, saying, "I'm addicted to it. Don't stop."
Yes, which is one of the reasons why he's in Thailand.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm not sure he was referring to the podcast.
No.
Yeah.
Addicted to it.
He might have thought we
stop.
were his dealer.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
exactly.
addicted to it. Don't stop.
I don't know.
Today-
I know. I feel remiss because a week or two ago you discussed my biography, and I was hoping to repay the favour with you at the time, but we sort of got moved along a little bit, and I didn't get to discuss your, tremendous list of credits in the industry.
Have you got something up your sleeve?
Nothing. Well, you know me. I'm not a preparer.
No.
So Ken, as far as I can tell, you were born in 1959.
Yeah.
Close enough. And in September of
Yes,
1950,
yes.
and again 3 weeks later, and you picked up a guitar at a very early age
Yes.
and dropped it,
Yes.
and that became your pet guitar.
That became my signature move too.
Yeah, exactly. And your girlfriend's. Yes, and it's very soon people said, "This boy with the guitar, I'm not so sure about this boy and the guitar." You see kids playing, he's blowing into it. We don't know, he's not great with the guitar. So they said lessons.
Yeah.
So you lasted 15 minutes in the first lesson.
Yeah.
And I don't know what put you off, the nationality of the teacher or the rape, but it pushed you away from the whole concept of lessons.
Yes.
And eventually you joined a band called Smell. They were a punk band. They didn't go a lot of places. And then you joined a band called Closed for Renovations. But as soon as they advertised, nobody came. Yes. So it was no good.
Yeah.
But then you met a guy who was working at the fish market.
Yes.
At the time, a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know.
He worked at McGee's Fishery. By the name of...
Fatso McGee.
No, Thinno. His brother. Thinno. They had to fire Fatso because he was eating all the fish. And they said, "Off you go, young fella." And they put him... You know how they used to bring convicts out on the boats?
Yeah.
Do you know what backloading is?
What?
That's where you can get a trip back to where they came from for half the price.
Great.
So not only did he not pay to come out, they paid him to go back. And he finished up in England. And he rang his brother Fatso in England. He said, "Boy, we've got a guitarist guy here. No, not good, but seems a nice fellow."
Can't even hold
No,
the guitar.
he's got no
dropping
idea.
it.
He's lost 2 teeth blowing into it. So, and he was in a band called Smello, right? And they said, "You know what? We're putting a band called Taste together." And they said, No. We're not ready for that yet. The world's not ready for Taste. Some say it still isn't.
That's true.
But then what he did was, right, he as you were leaving the market, you hit your head on the roller door and you fainted on the ground, and you were looking up at the sky and you began to count clouds, and you came up with the 9th cloud, and you thought, that is a great name for a band, the 9th cloud, right?
Yes.
But then Virgil Donati climbed off some boy and said, no, what about cloud 9? And you said, whoa, what a breakthrough. And so it was you, a glockenspiel player, and a scratch rapper. And you started Cloud 9, and you got a gig at Sunbury selling programs. And that's where you met a lot of famous people, and they said, "Boy, does this guy make us look good." And you became a world-renowned guitarist and computer programmer and singer and songwriter. And look at you here today, huddled in a dog's shed in Sunbury, doing
I prefer
this.
studio, but
So you're yet to peak.
I haven't hit my peak. That's
No.
true. What do you
You
think's
hit your
coming?
head.
What do you think's coming?
What do I think's coming? Retirement. That's when it's all going to happen for you.
Okay.
You're going to be doing morning melodies
Yeah.
in some village
Yes.
somewhere in Glen Waverley.
All right.
And the old ladies will go, fresh meat.
Oh, God.
Yeah. No, it's all ahead of you.
See, speaking of guitars, look at that guitar up there.
Look at that. See, that's the guitar you dropped.
That's
it's
right.
a broken guitar
That's
he's
my
got on the wall.
First guitar smash. We'll put that up on the Facebook
That was your
page.
audition to The Who, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
That's right. That's right. Well, when I wanted to be like Pete Townsend, I didn't see him play. All I saw him do was smash the guitar.
That's
so I
right.
said to my dad, will you buy me a guitar? Bought me a beautiful Maton, a Polo, and the first thing I did was smash it, and that's why it's up there.
Right over his head.
Yeah, do you like
He
that?
never bought you another guitar.
No.
He learned quick.
Yes.
He said, this is not for me, this guitar buying. Look at him now. He's mating with it. Very strange. It's called a mate and son. Leave it alone. So anyway, and all jokes aside, you're a credit to people.
Am I?
Yes.
A credit.
Yeah, you're a credit to people in general, I think. Like you've achieved a lot of things in your career, Ken. You've been a rock star. You're very pretty for a girl. And you've released albums and singles and toured the world, and now you teach other people how to play guitar and sing, and you're a credit.
Thanks. That's very nice. Credit to all. That's a big berth.
Yeah, people.
People.
You're not so much a credit to lizards. They don't give a fuck about you. But people, different story.
That's very nice. Thank you, Marty.
Okay, get on with it. Who are we doing today, Ken?
We're talking about Tom Waits.
Oh, I like him.
Well, that's why we're doing it, because you like it. And it would be nice to do something that you wanted to do. So
Finally. Yes.
I know you didn't think much of the Monkees.
Not so much.
But now Tom Waits,
Yeah.
everyone knows him. He's very famous, correct?
Yeah.
Never had a hit record in his life. Do you know that?
Written them for other people.
That's
Huge hits for other
exactly
people.
right.
But you see, the problem with Tom Waits is that he, the songs that he sings well are not single material, and the songs that are single material, he doesn't sing well.
Yes.
For example, Jersey Girl,
Yes.
big, massive hit for other people.
Bruce
Not so much
Springsteen.
for him, because that particular version he did, you can virtually not understand him. He says, "Yeah, right down there." Sings awfully, right? He didn't have to sing like that, but he chose to. Another song that he wrote, Downtown Train. Rod Stewart made a massive hit out of it. But when Tom Waits did the original version, not so good.
Can we have a little bit of it? Tom Waits.
Outside another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime. I swear that's what it sounds like.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's unbelievable. Well, it's good if you like Tom Waits.
It is. He said he said that song by Rod Stewart bought him a swimming pool. So he didn't like the version, but he's very grateful for the swimming pool.
Yeah, it's a strange thing to say, but okay.
That's what he said. He said that about a few things. He
It's not like the song walked into Dryclad and said, "We're looking for a pool."
yes, that's right.
And they said, "Sit down, Downtown Train."
No,
You know those pools, they're good. You don't have a pool out here. You should have a pool.
we have a spa.
I've got an in-ground pool table. It's not so good because you've got nowhere to stand. Yeah, there's a lot of crouching.
Now, Tom Waits, do you
Yeah.
know that he sued Doritos because they used his music for an ad, and he won't let any of his music be used for ads. And they didn't care. They just kept using his music. And so in the end, he took them to court, and he got $2.5 million. That's
a lot of Doritos.
He became rich by mistake almost,
Why?
because none of his music by himself was popular
Sells
enough.
a lot of albums.
He doesn't. He isn't.
I bought them all.
He sold 5, but he's never cracked the top, let's say the top 90. All his albums have been top 100, 90 to 100. So he's
It's
never.
very specific.
Well, because they said in the research I did, it said his best-selling album cracked the top 100 at 98.
What was it? Heart Attack and Vine.
Heart Attack and Vine, that's right.
That was a big album.
Well, you'd think, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It's a
Small
cult-
change. If you
cult.
want to if you want to get to know Tom Waits, just get Small Change. It's a wonderful, wonderful album.
Is it?
Yeah, it's glorious, full of great, great songs.
I'm not sure I've heard that. What's on it?
Step Right Up is on it.
Yeah.
I Wish I Was in New Orleans.
A couple of biggies.
As you said, I mean, they're not singles, but just as a general listen, The Heart of Saturday Night. Now, there's a beautiful album. That's a great album. They're great songs. It's just about a very urban situation where the night starts and ends, basically, if you know
He's
what I
a
mean.
very good lyricist. isn't
Oh, glorious.
Did you know that he was managed by Leonard Cohen?
No, he sings like Leonard Cohen.
Yeah. Well, Leonard Cohen probably thought, well, this is worse than me.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen signed him to a publishing deal and managed him for many, many years. But he didn't do. In the end, Tom Waits said, I'm getting nothing here.
How about this for a lyric, right? So just about this guy who's walking along the street and it's very, very late. He's just finished work and he's just describing the streetscape of a late night in a city on a Saturday night. The cab comes a snake and a solitary sailor pours his inside Pico pocket for a welcome 25 cents and the last bent butt from a package of Kent's as he dreams of a waitress with marmalade thighs, Maxwell House eyes, and scrambled yellow hair.
Was that Woody from Bay City Rollers?
That he was describing.
Who wrote those lyrics? You didn't. You just started off.
That's Tom Waits.
I thought you were describing something.
No, that's a Tom Waits
Oh,
lyric.
yeah, he's good. Did you know he had an affair with Bette Midler? He had an affair with Ricky Lee Jones. Yeah.
Yes.
He's
He's not written. He's very happily married with children.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's that's why he stopped touring for his kids.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, he's a very good actor. He's been in a lot of things.
A lot of Coen Brothers movies.
Yes.
And a lot of Francis Ford Coppola. He was in Rumblefish.
And wrote the music.
No, Stuart Copeland wrote the music.
Oh, that's right. Stuart Copeland wrote the music. That's right. He was in Rumblefish.
He might have written the music and said, I don't want to have anything to do with this film
might
because it's
have
the
said
worst
that.
film
I
in the
don't know.
world. Now, tell me, how are you going to align Fatso McGee into this story?
How?
I want truth. I want to know, is there any reference to him in this story?
Well, Tom Waits was very American. Fatso
Yes.
McGee primarily in England.
Yes.
But, interestingly, Ricky Lee Jones,
Yes.
she taught Fatso McGee, they had a copacetic thing. You know, when she was with Tom Waits, she said, he'd walk in and she's on the phone, you know, and he's like, who are you on the phone to? And she'd say, I'm calling England. That's very expensive. She was talking to Fatso McGee, you see, because they had this relationship. She taught Fatso how to get into bands. And
Right.
very good at it.
Yeah.
And he taught her how to fillet fish because that's where he came from. That was his background. McGee's Fisheries.
But Ricky Lee Jones, I'm guessing, would have been about 5 when she met him.
Met Tom Waits.
No.
People frowned on that. They were judgmental.
Different times. No.
Yeah.
No. When she met Fatso McGee.
No.
5.
No.
You sure?
No.
Do you want me to check?
No, I know because when he first played with the Beatles, or as they were called, the Silver Beatles,
Yeah.
or the Quarrymen,
Yeah.
he was 8.
He was 8.
Yeah.
Wow, you neglected to include
He was a
that in-
prodigy. That's what they say.
He was a prodigy.
They called him a prodigy because he used to walk around and prod people. That annoying prick, he prodded me again. Oh, don't let him prod you. He puts things on his fingers like poo. And people had poo stains on their legs. And that is how you had credibility in the music industry in England. If you had little brown dots below your knees, they'd say, you've been fatsoed. That's true. You can look that up.
I will.
They did a whole countdown special on that.
Oh, now, speaking of specials,
Yeah.
a
Good band.
lot of people like Fatso McGee a lot
Okay.
in the references that we're getting back.
Well, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of work.
Well, they want us to do a show on him.
We will. Maybe
Will we?
one day. Sure.
Do you think?
We could.
Back to Tom Waits. All right. Now, would you like to hear some of the quotes he said? He's a very, very clever man, I must say.
I concur.
Yeah. He said, A gentleman is someone who can play the accordion but doesn't.
Yes.
Huh?
It's not actually his quote.
Whose
But
is
he
it?
said it. No, it's not his quote.
Whose quote is it?
It's actually Groucho Marx.
Is it really? Oh, well, then I don't like him now.
Don't not like him.
You have to keep busy. After all, no dog has ever pissed on a moving car.
That's true.
It's very...
That's true.
Dude, was that stolen from Groucho Marx?
No, that one
Yes.
was Hitler.
Hitler.
Hitler said that. And they said, you know what? You're right.
Now, you know Hitler was a painter, don't you?
Yeah,
He was a
wonderful.
very good painter, apparently.
Oh, he could do an entire apartment one afternoon.
Yeah.
2 coats.
Yeah. I heard that he had been booked to do a painting or a painting of a house for a German couple. He said, I'll be there between 9 and 12.
Yeah.
Got there at 6:30. Broke down the door. He invaded the house. He didn't even... He said, we thought you were coming at between 9 and 12. I will come here at 6:30. And he came in, painted the house, said, I have to go. I'm going to Poland.
Yeah.
That's the story I heard.
That's true.
It's strange that you brought that up because I was just thinking that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think he got where he got because of the name Adolf.
You think?
It was a scary name. You do what Adolf tells you. Have you ever said, no, Adolf, I'm not doing that? You know, you do it. If his name was like Chip,
Yeah.
no.
Chip Hitler.
Yeah. They'd be like, hey,
Führer Chip Hitler.
guess who wants to rule our party? Who? Chip. Chip over there in the corner. The little guy with the mustache. Ha! Hey, Chip, come here. Get us some sandwiches, dickhead. That'd be it.
He was a fabulous negotiator. Did you know
Good
that?
negotiator.
He actually worked in a fish market too.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he sell?
Well, when he sold haddock. So when
Haddock?
haddock, I got a haddock too. So when people went in to get fish, he would say,
Yes.
that was,
Yes.
how much for the fish?
And he'd say 9.
Correct.
Okay.
You didn't get it right, but that's right. Close
Yeah.
enough. I was leading there.
I could
was
tell.
building it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you know how much this fish has cost?
Yeah.
9.
9.
All right, I'm making nothing on it. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're the one pushing this pram. What do you mean go ahead?
My word, the middle section is taking its time coming today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what about when the Eagles,
Yeah.
the
Met
Eagles
Hitler.
covered, no,
Yes.
when the Eagles covered Old 55, that's Tom Waits' song. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't. He described their version as antiseptic.
And anti-Semitic, said Hitler. Hitler got involved and he said, I hate the song, I hate Frankie Holden, Wilbur Wilde, the whole band.
I don't think that was written about 55.
That's
Oh, you're making me laugh too.
no, that's true.
He was a...
Take It Greasy
Yeah,
was the name of the album that Hitler released.
that's true. That's true.
And Tom Waits said, I like it,
Hitler...
but I don't love it.
Oh, no.
That's what he
So
said.
Hitler had a recording company as well.
That's
Is
right.
this true?
You know who his first signing was?
No.
Fatso McGee.
Oh, no.
Signed him on the dotted line. He said, you need to do 3 albums a year or we're going to burn you to death. There's no wiggle room in that contract. There's no give and take. He was a hard dude, man. He was the Harvey Weinstein
Yeah.
of his era.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to Tom
No,
Waits
but
briefly.
the Eagles signed with Hitler's... What was the record label called?
Mein Kampf. Yeah.
Yes.
Which actually means I'm camp. You're not so good.
So he said to him, I'll give you...
Where are we with Tom
I'll
Waits
give
on
you
this?
$12 million
Yes.
to sign you. They said, do you know how much we're worth? And he said, 9. They go, we're making nothing on it.
Exactly. I'm making nothing on it.
All right. All right. Now, do you need more information?
Tom Waits, go for it.
Okay. Did you know he toured as Frank Zappa's support?
Well, Frank Zappa used to fall over all the time. So Tom used to stand behind him and lean on his back.
Yeah, well. But the crowd hated him and would boo him. And in the end, he said, I can't do this tour anymore because everyone hates me. But everyone hated anyone that supported Zappa. So it wasn't his fault. But
Warwick Kappa?
Yeah, I played at Warwick Kappa's wedding.
Well, Warwick Kappa and Frank Zappa put a band together called Kappa Zappa.
Wow.
And they got together with Larry Legs Linville, who was a great tapper. And he was a tapper in Kappa Zappa.
So
They played the DY RSL
So who we got?
and they supported Old 55, who had signed with Hitler. You see how it all ties in?
I see now.
Okay.
All right. Did you know that one female fan escaped from a mental institution and began stalking him and lurking outside his apartment?
The thing was, he was on the 44th floor. So he didn't really know.
She was tall.
She was a tall woman, but not that tall. So it wouldn't have really mattered because she was still outside the 100 metres.
Okay.
But he,
Technically.
not a pretty man.
No. No, he's not a very good-looking man at all. That's why he got all those film parts, because he's very... You could cast him very easily into the, the drug addict.
Well, he
Played a
said
lot of drug addicts.
he was going to the hairdresser and he said to his wife, "What kind of cut would make me look better?" And she said, "A power cut."
Very good.
That's true.
All right. Now, Leonard Nimoy. God, now I'm
Leonard
going
Nimoy from Star Wars.
Yes.
No, the other thing.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
He happened to be walking past an office and he heard Leonard Cohen's and
Leonard Nimoy did.
well, I tried to get into the other name, Leonard Cohen and Tom Waits arguing. That'd be a great argument.
Sounded like two bulldogs mating.
So he said to him, "I thought I was a millionaire, but it turned out I have $20, so you're fired." So he got rid of Cohen. And then he signed with the new manager who got him all the ads and the movies and everything. And he became a rich man. He's actually quite a wealthy man.
Well, Leonard Cohen kicked on. He started making movies with his brother.
The Cohen brothers.
That's
he
right.
was one of the Cohen brothers.
Yeah.
The unknown Cohen brother, because I was not aware of that.
No, he was the fifth Cohen brother. His mother was a slut.
Oh.
She had a lot of children. And the father, a drunkard.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Oh,
It's not a page turner.
no. So, all right. So, Leonard Cohen,
No relation.
gets rid of him.
To who? Hitler.
Tom Waits.
Oh, yeah.
Signs with Hitler.
Signs with Hitler.
Yeah. And Tom Waits go on to great success as a songwriter, as you
Not
said.
according to you.
No, as a songwriter
Yes.
and as an actor.
Yes.
Not so much as a singer.
I disagree.
No, he's a cult. He gets
Really?
people and kills them.
Buy the album, drink the orange cordial.
That's right.
It's a big commitment. Particularly if you go to Brashes. Well, you can't go to Brashes anymore.
No. Did you ever go to Brushes?
Oh, the
I used to go
time.
to Brushes.
I was at Brashes.
I had a girl that worked at Brushes, a friend of mine, and when Taste brought out an album, she would add a couple of zeros on the amount sold. That's payola in those days.
So 000.
Yes, that's right.
Not only did it sell none, it sold a lot of none.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
They'd say, "Boy, this band is something." Oh,
Now, this band is nothing.
no, nothing. But boy, are they something.
Yeah.
But when Hitler took over Taste,
That's when things changed.
nothing but success
Yeah,
from there.
yeah. What speaking of all this, I am wondering why, because so far you've worn a tuxedo, not tuxedo, top hat and tails. Beautiful. What about the second time you wore, I can only describe it as a wetsuit, because you had flippers. And today...
A hollowed out banana. You're curious.
Right. Yes,
You're curious. Well, it was a big banana.
yes.
It's a novelty banana. You can buy it on the internet. But they don't tell you've got to get all the banana out of it first before you can get in.
I see.
So I don't know if you want banana cake, but I got it in the car.
Oh, thank you. So you ate your way in.
Ate my way in. The hard part was getting through the peel at the face part
Yes, of course.
because you've got to dig a circle.
Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to
You
hear
can't get your arms up.
Yeah. It's very fetching.
Thank you.
You're B3.
Yeah, I could do that.
I like it very much.
Yeah.
Now, do you think we should go for a break? Because what we're going to do is come back with the movie.
Is that all we got on Tom Waits?
Well, I don't know if there's much more.
I think there's
Tom
a lot.
Waits is
Can we discuss a few of his albums?
All right, okay, but I don't. All right, yes, I do know some of his album. What's the album? Swordfish Trombone
Yes.
Head. You know the one I mean?
No head, but yes.
Did I get the
Swordfish
right?
trombone, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Terrible.
Not so good.
No.
No.
But you know what? He made a lot of money off one of those tracks. Do you know which one it was?
Send me $50 and I'll give you your kids back.
No.
No?
But that was a good track.
Huh.
No, it's the one that they use in Robots starring Robin Williams, the animation movie.
I didn't see that movie.
Ah, well, there's a bit in it where all the robots are working. The music is... That's how it goes. And that's on the album, on the movie soundtrack.
You should cover that.
Yeah, do you want me to do it again?
You know my favourite song you've done in this entire concert?
What?
Whatever
That was the singing nun.
Yeah. Well, how did she go again?
That's
I
it.
love that.
Yeah. I might put reverb on that later.
I like that.
All right, well, tell me about Tom Waits' album.
Well, there's lots of Tom Waits albums.
Yeah.
Blue Valentine.
Was there Meet Tom Waits?
No, there was the Tom Waits. Right.
Yes.
And then he just did an album of drums called Tom Waits. And then there's an album with nothing called Tom Waits. We don't quite know what he's waiting for. Right at the end of the whole album, at the end of track 12, it goes, "There." And that's it.
The door
It
slams.
sold 4 copies. That girl at Brash's, she put a 0 on the wrong side of the 4. So it sold 0.4 copies.
Yes.
No, not great.
Did you ever hear Neil Young's, I think it's called, oh, no, it was Lou Reed. Lou Reed's Machine.
No! We will never know.
Wow, that's loud.
Never know. Because we've had our eardrums exploded.
All right, we'll be back with a couple of new segments.
Jiminy crick.
Hey, mate, did you order a taxi? Oh, you're doing Sons of Sunbury. Just take a break.
And now it's time for Maury's Joke of the Week. Well, I've come out on the street and there's a bloke putting all his rubbish out on the nature strip, just throwing it out on the grass. I said, mate, what are you doing? He said, I'm just throwing this gear out. I said, where's your bin? He said, oh, I've been in Queensland. And I said, no, mate, where's your wheelie bin? He said, well, I wheelie bin in jail, but I'm telling everyone I've been in Queensland.
All right, Marty, I've got a new segment. Are you ready for it? Oh, it's a classic. Here we go.
Yes.
Ken's Amazing Fact Challenge is the name of my new segment.
Wacko.
All right, I'll give you 3 facts.
Here we go.
Only 2 of them are right. 1 is wrong. You
I've
have
got to tell you which one's wrong?
That's right.
Got it.
All right. Now, don't jump.
What's right?
Let me give you the whole 3.
Got it.
Number 1.
Yes.
In Utah,
Yes.
it is illegal to swear in front of a dead person.
Common knowledge. Go on.
Oh, okay. Number 2.
Yes.
It is illegal to carry an ice cream in the back pocket in Kentucky.
Okay.
Number 3. It is illegal to carry more than 5 guns in Nevada.
I say number 2.
You think number 2 is incorrect?
I think number 2 is incorrect.
The incorrect one is it's illegal to carry guns in Nevada.
5 of them.
5 of them or more.
Because you could drop one.
Well, that's right. I don't know why it is illegal,
And
but I made that one up.
A kiddie could pick it up.
Yes, but I made that one up.
Well, aren't you inventive?
Thank you. All right, you like that?
Mouth vomit.
I'll come back. All right, we're back. What do you think about that?
I think that we're back. And out front, all here.
How'd it go?
What?
Your break. What did you do?
You wouldn't believe it. I went to Hayman Island.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. And you're back.
Yep. Too
How was it?
expensive.
Is that what you're wearing now?
Very dear.
With your banana?
Yeah.
You've got a nice umbrella hat.
Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Thank you.
Let's keep the sun off you.
It's a novelty hat.
Stop your banana from over-ripening.
Yeah, you don't want to go black.
No, you don't.
You know what you don't do? Put banana in the fridge.
What happens?
It goes black.
Is it?
Yeah.
Once you go black, you can never go back.
That's what they say.
I heard it. Now, do you ever watch movies?
Never.
Good.
What do you got?
You're the right man for me then.
Yeah.
That means I can say anything.
Anything you like.
All right. Now, we normally look at old movies, but today I just went and saw 1917.
Okay.
Do you know that movie?
Well, I saw it advertised, but I thought it was the score. I thought, oh, cool. They won 1917. That was a close game. No wonder they made a movie out of it.
That's right.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
there's a couple of things you need to know about this movie. If you haven't seen it, you better switch off because we don't really want you.
We don't want you to switch
That's not
off.
a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, just listen to it because then you won't need to see the movie.
That's a good idea.
Although after I explain it, you probably will need to see the movie.
Yes, that has been the common thread.
Yes, the movie.
Yes, Ken.
It's not slow, but it's not what I was expecting.
Were you
I was
expecting fast?
well, medium would have been good. I was expecting something like Churchill, where we're in a
Yeah.
army room and they're saying, "Oh, we've got to do that," and
Right.
you
But
guys go and do this. And
different
there's
war, can I just
planes.
point out?
Yeah, but that sort of thing.
Okay.
But it wasn't that at all.
No suits?
No
Cigars?
no cigars.
Oh.
Not even any scotch.
No scotch?
No.
Cigars? No suits?
No.
What about Abbeys, Westminster type? Anything like that?
Nothing like that. This is a surprise because I didn't read anything about it. Friends gave us tickets to the gold class.
And you were compelled to see that film.
Yes, because it was either that or Jumanji 3.
When they get there, do they spin a wheel and say, "Congratulations, you're going to see this"? And Ken's wife, Vicky, you're going to see.
1917, which is, don't get me wrong, incredible movie, but I didn't know what I was going to see. And also, we got there late because the Uber driver went to the wrong address because we stayed in town. We got there 10 minutes
Stayed
late.
in town.
Yeah.
In the big smoke.
In the big smoke.
Speaking
How
of
about
this-
that Docklands?
How about that
How's
smoke?
that going? Oh, the smoke today. I couldn't even see you today.
I heard a tree cough.
So we got there 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
So already the guys are on their adventure. There's two guys. What
do you mean?
I wouldn't call it an adventure. Missions.
Oh, so you didn't see the start of the movie.
I didn't see the start of the movie.
So anything could have happened.
That's right. I thought, why are these guys walking in this 60-foot trench?
Yeah. They're plumbers.
I have spoken to someone. Yes, that's right. Come to fix the drains.
Yeah.
That's it. I have spoken to someone else, so I know how it starts. What happens is there's a battalion of soldiers getting ready to go to the front and attack the Germans.
Italians, a lot of soldiers.
1,600, is that enough?
That's a lot, yeah.
Well, that's how many there were.
1,600.
Yeah.
Well,
So, but the information is wrong. They shouldn't attack because they're going to.
is it a booby trap?
Yeah, they think the Germans aren't prepared, but the Germans know they're coming.
Chip Hitler.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, that's right. Because he's also a phone repairer.
Yeah.
He was up a pole.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was ist das?
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah. And so they get told, these two guys, John and I forget the other guy's name, but I'm going to call
Paul?
him Vlad.
The Impaler.
Because he looks like.
Vlad the Impaler killed vampires. Did you know that?
Yes.
And then became a vampire.
Yeah.
That's irony. And you kill a vampire by putting a stake through its heart. If that's true, then technically we're all vampires.
All right. So they've been told to go and get to the front to tell the battalion.
We were at the back at the time.
At the back, yes. Go to
Yeah.
the front.
Oh, they couldn't see anything.
That's right.
Speak up, they're yelling.
Go to
We got
the
nothing
front
back here.
And tell these.
Shit tickets. We got them from Via Go.
Yeah. They told him to go to see the general
Yeah.
in charge.
What was his name?
General
Electric?
Matters. General Motors. General Motors, right?
Okay.
So they go to tell him,
Yes.
call it off. Call it off because you're all going to get killed.
Call the war off.
Not the war. Go back.
Go back to the back from the front.
Don't stay at the front. Go back.
Go back to where the people at the back who want to come to the front are at.
Yeah. You know what would have been funny if they had flippers?
There's no side in the war. It's weird, isn't it? You're either at the front or at the back.
That's right, yeah. Whose side are you on?
Yeah, exactly. That's where that comes in.
That's right.
Well, I'm on no side because I'm at the back.
That's
And later I've got to go to the front.
Yeah.
That's why they're all confused and irritated because those woolen uniforms, scratchy.
Well, you know what I hate these days is that there is no uniform. So, these pesky...
They're called spies.
No, these pesky terrorists and stuff.
Oh, yes.
They could be anyone. Germans at least had the decency to wear the outfit.
They're all walking around in streetcars. Oh, does my bomb look big in this? Saying about, what do you want to be when you blow up? Yeah, go on.
So, that's their mission. Now, the reason why I call the guy Vlad is because he looks a bit like Josh Gad from the musical world, who also played...
Josh Gad.
Gad.
I never heard of him.
Never heard of Josh Gad.
What did I just say?
He was in Book of Mormons,
Book of Mormons.
the lead role.
TJ Book of Mormons?
No.
Oh, he was in the live show.
Yeah.
Where?
America.
Not here.
It was.
He was on Broadway.
He was a man. Yeah, on Broadway. He also was the voice.
So Josh Gad's in this movie.
No, but a guy looks like him. And
It's a worse review. I hated the guy that looked like Josh Gad. I'm never using Josh Gad again.
And he looks like Josh Gad did the voice for Frozen.
Yes.
For the snowman.
Right.
Who I'm pretty sure is named Vlad.
No, Olaf.
Okay. We're going to change the guy's name to Olaf then.
Olaf was named after the 9th reindeer. Olaf the other reindeer.
Well, I don't know when to believe you anymore.
That's true.
Is it?
No.
No. Okay. So, John and Olaf.
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 Yes.
Olaf.
If you like.
Okay. They're going down the trench. Now,
They're going down the trench or along the trench?
Along the trench.
Okay.
Now,
You've got to get your directions because we're already front and back and no
they're
sides.
going front.
They're going to the front.
Yeah.
Who's going to the front?
Olaf and John.
How are they going to the front if they're running along a trench? Because the trench runs sideways.
No, the trench starts at the back and goes to the front.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
The trenches run in sideways runs, like seedlings.
Well, they're calling it.
Say that's the war there. The trenches, I'm gesticulating to Ken, but I'm showing horizontal lines leading in a row, like going over train tracks.
Right.
That's what the trench is. That was configuration.
Well, it's called a trench, but what would you call it?
A trench.
No, but it's one long one. 60 miles long.
That's a freaking big trench.
It's long.
That's a lot of digging.
That's right.
Where do you put the dirt? In another trench. You're sitting in your own trench.
Keep putting it back.
Yeah, minding your own business, doing the Sudoku somewhere on Flanders Fields, and suddenly there's a big clump of dirt on your head. Just building a trench over it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So, the thing about this
Was it
movie
like a network of trenches?
It's just one long trench.
One long 60-mile trench.
Yes. Now, I've said this before, but I may have my facts wrong.
That's no. And can I ask Ken?
Yes.
If north,
You can ask Ken.
yes, if north is where the war.
Oh, no.
No. I just want to propose something to you.
Yeah.
If north is where the war is,
Yeah.
and south is where they are, does the trench run from south to north, or does it run east and west? Do you understand?
Hang on, where are they starting?
If they're at the back,
Yeah, at the back, where's that?
south, just
All right. Well, they're
hypothetically.
going north.
They're heading north.
Heading
and
away.
the war is in the north.
Yeah.
So these people are digging a trench towards the war.
That's
And is that why it's 60 miles long?
maybe.
Because
They
we
must-
can't catch these guys because they're running on the ground and we've got to dig.
They might have started in England for all I know.
Now what you need there, you need to line your trench with plastic because to get over the English Channel, there's a lot of water.
Yes.
And you can't pick up that channel.
Now, I'm looking up my facts because I want to make
Yes,
sure that I
on
know.
kenscrewedupagain.com.
Yeah, 1,600 of his fellow. That's right. There were 1,600, and one of them
Is his brother.
is Yulif's brother. How did you know that?
You pointing at me.
Okay, and you are my brother. Oh, I get it. They built.
That's going to be the name of the new Taste album.
Brothers,
Close enough.
but not with a W, with an R.
You know Dire Straits did Brothers in Arms?
Yeah.
You should do Brothers with No Arms. and just do first track, Stumps.
Do you know I have a little bit of trouble saying R? Have you noticed that?
I
Surely.
picked that up, Elmer.
Well, I have. The only reason that I'm not a drug addict
The only reason. Yeah.
is because Brian Mannix and I went to a dealer and asked for some heroin, and he said, "We don't have that." That's the only reason.
Heroin.
Heroin. He said, "We don't have heroin." So we left. That's true. All right. They built, now, there's a trench. See, I was right. 5,200 feet.
Sounds a little shy, Kenny boy. That's about a mile.
The end scene goes for a
It's
mile.
1,776 yards in a mile. If you triple that, you get into 5,100 feet.
The end
That's a mile, Ken.
The end scene
Not
goes...
six. How many miles? Not 60. A mile.
Maybe it was 6.
60? 60? 1. Big difference.
Most of the edit... no, not the bit. The end had gone for a mile. So we're just the end is a mile.
The end of the movie went for a mile.
Yeah, it was a long movie.
Are they still leading 1917? That's it. I
Goes
want a
into
score
1918.
update. I want an update.
Can I also give you some other facts?
One would be good. Yes.
1917
Yes.
to make
Yes.
cost $90 million.
Okay.
Because if you see it, you understand. It's extremely good movie. The budget was 90 million. The box office to this moment, I checked this last night, 63 million.
Okay.
So it hasn't made its money back.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But it's got to go to like downloads and syndications and Foxtels and TVs and planes.
you know, as opposed to, there's nothing wrong with Jumanji 3. There's nothing wrong with it. I saw that. We'll do that next week.
Okay.
But there is a lack of substance in Jumanji 3.
Substance
Yes.
in Jumanji.
Yes. 1917.
Why are we on Jumanji?
Fantastic. I'm just telling you because the budget for that was 125 million.
Yeah.
But it has taken 671 million.
Well, it's for the kiddies. It's somewhere to take the kiddies.
And it's big and,
yeah.
you know, explosive and action.
There's no explosions in
there's a lot of
1978.
explosions, but it's not an action movie as per se.
Sam Mendes wrote it
What
and
about-
directed it
Sam Mendes, great director.
because his dad, his grandfather was in the war, and he told him some stories about it, and from that he wrote this story.
Did he ever mention a 60-mile trench?
Not to me, but his partner, his business partner,
Yeah.
Fatso McGee,
Yes.
he said, no, he said nothing. That's what I rang Fatso and I said, we want you to come to Sons of Sunbury. He said, yeah, I would love it. I wouldn't like it. And he said,
Did you ask him if he liked it?
no, he didn't like it. He loved it.
Oh, he loved it. He went the other way.
Yeah. No, but he said no, he never mentioned it. So nothing, there's no 60-mile trench. You know where there's a 60-mile trench? At the bottom of the ocean.
I can assure you they weren't at the bottom of the ocean. However, on these strange facts, who's making that noise? On those strange facts,
Stop that. Stop that.
Cats,
The musical?
yes,
Yes.
cost 95 million to make. How much do you think it's made?
It's an expensive cat.
I know.
How much did it make? $7.
It made 60 million. It's a big bomb. Is there a dog? Where is it?
I don't know.
You've locked one of my dogs out. Charlie, Sam, and Bambi are in the studio with us today.
Yes. Otherwise known as the Shirelles.
Yes, that's right. So, all right. So we haven't hardly even got started yet. So,
God. We need to have a look at our format. Okay.
you know, sometimes people say that the things that we discuss get
Yeah.
in the way of the other stuff they like better when we don't know what we're talking about.
Join our party. We don't know what we're talking about either. So far, there's a score update, 1917.
All right. So, off they go along the trench.
1 mile trench.
Yeah, I think it's 6 miles because that's just the end.
You
1
just
mile.
said it was 5,100 feet.
All right.
You said that.
All right. New lightweight cameras are built for the cameraman to carry because this is why this movie has attracted so much attention. It looks like it's been filmed in one continuous shot.
Where in reality,
It's not because
No.
he's used technology to edit it to look like that.
do you know why?
Why?
Movies take about 4 months to shoot, and if they shot one continual shot,
Yes.
everyone would starve to death.
Okay. But it is seamlessly put
Caterers
together.
would be exhausted. They were running along with a pie. Here, eat this, Mr. Mendez. Can't eat, filming, he'd say.
And the actors could.
No,
say-
the
they're
actors.
talking.
No.
But they did.
Thinno McGee was in it because he played dead body number 12.
He was great.
Smelled like fish.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, just and that's what dead bodies smell like after a while, fish. And they thought, this is our guy. When he crawled into the audition and collapsed on the floor, they said, here's our dead guy.
He's got the part.
Yes.
Why did the other? I didn't think it was authentic. The other dead soldiers holding their noses. I didn't
No.
think that was good. That was not good.
No, but that's because of the gas in the First World War.
Oh yeah, they
get it?
ate a lot of beans. It's true. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. So most of the edits were done during the dark moments of the film, like when they enter the bunker. They enter a bunker at one stage.
Edit time.
Yeah, yeah. But
But
the scenes were quite long.
Long scenes.
Yeah. So,
Is this a problem to you?
well,
What do you do during scenes in a film? Do you go out and buy popcorn or something?
I'm saying when they
Oh, cut. Ken's gone.
when they filmed them,
Yeah.
they actually went for, say an hour of filming.
Of solid filming.
Yes, solid filming. And if you see the documentary, you'll see them running. They've got cars, motorbikes, everything running along. This poor guy.
This is cars, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's like-
Ken's doing a running motion to describe a car. Yeah.
and then they would put it together. But the thing was that the actors had to know their lines perfectly, because if they made a mistake, back we go. Another hour shoot. You don't want to be that guy. So anyhow, they go along the trenches. Anyway, I don't want to ruin the film for anyone, but
There's a very famous story. Cecil B. DeMille was filming how when all the oceans came in
Yes.
for when the
Moses.
Yes,
Yes.
parting the Red Seas, and then it comes in on top of all the Egyptians who are following them, right? Massive, because there were no, CGI back then.
No.
So he had 3 separate cameramen set up. One was at the start of the ocean, right next to him, right?
Yes.
One was sort of about 50 metres up to the right to catch the side angle, and he had one about like 400 yards way up on the top of a mountain to catch a big thing, right? And he goes, okay, action. And all this water comes in and people are, just the props are being used and people are flying everywhere and things are breaking. It took months to set up this shot.
Yes.
And then he goes, okay, amazing. We're going to win an Academy Award. Cut. And the cameraman right beside Cess says, I had a problem. My film didn't quite work. I had a bit of a hiccup. And he goes, oh, God, seriously? He said, I didn't get it. And he goes, okay, Bernie over there, the guy 50 metres over on the right, did you get that? He said, I nearly did, but the stick on my camera went down into the sand and all I really got was a photograph of the dirt right in front of me. It was terrible, right? And he thought, oh, this is terrible. Well, at least we got the wide shot. I think otherwise this has all been incredible. He yelled out, cameraman number 3, did you get it? He said, ready when you are, Mr. DeMille.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's
Now,
true.
I'll tell you a true story. When they made Toy Story...
How do we get onto that?
Well, because
Cecil DeMille.
your story reminded me. When they made Toy Story 2, in those days, computers weren't that big.
No.
They certainly had no backup. There was no clouds, put it that way. So they did Toy Story 2 on... It's not a domestic computer, but it was pretty... home-like. It was a bit more powerful. So they were rendering the movie, which means getting it ready to...
I know what it means.
Yeah. Someone came along and hit Control Star, which deletes the hard drive. So he...
Does it?
Yeah. It was certainly in those days it does, because this is a story. This is a
Seems
true
easy
story.
to do that.
Well, this is a true story. They all come in the next day. The whole movie is gone. And we're not talking, let's go and film Harry down the street. We're talking CGI and, animation.
And Woody had left.
And that's... Woody had taken his hat. He's
gone.
out. Yeah. Right.
He's gone back to
He's auditioning
his
for other
house
movies.
in Nebraska where he farms corn. He's gone.
Yeah. Buzz is auditioning for other movies.
Buzz.
Star Wars. He
Yes.
said, I think I could be in that.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyhow, so they all freak out. The assistant director, AD, said, I didn't want to tell anyone this, but I made a backup, which she was not allowed to do, and she took it to her house. So that is how we see Toy Story 2. If it hadn't been for that...
We have to go to her house. That seems very, very inconvenient. She must go through a shitload of cakes.
Imagine the
And
popcorn size.
can I get you a drink? Yeah. You 300 in the bedroom. Yes, I'm.
Yeah. There you go. That's true. That's
Okay, back to 1917.
All right.
No change in the score.
This stage we're up to 1918.
No.
It's taken a year.
Okay. He's been running through the trenches for a year.
Yeah. 60 miles long.
Not at 60 miles.
All right. I don't want to. I really don't want to give much away.
You haven't given anything away, so we're safe.
Not only that, we're finished.
Their chance of increasing their box office has gone through the roof. They'll be overjoyed. All right, I've got to go and feed my ferret.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah. What are we doing next week, Ken?
Next week we're looking at Pink Floyd.
Oh,
Another one of your requests.
no, don't do that. Not my request. Pink Floyd. I like Pink Floyd.
Well, we're finished now. You should
It's
just stop
something.
talking.
What was the movie?
Don't talk.
Okay. Can
Say
I talk
goodbye.
a minute?
What?
Can I talk a little bit more?
Oh, go on.
What's the movie?
Jumanji 3.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Is that going to be good if I can remember any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a stark difference that'll be to this week.
All right. So, let's go and get some sushi.
Okay.